Hello everyone, Alex Jones from the East Anglian Daily Times and Ipswich Star here in Preston. Stood outside of Deepdale, which you can't really see. It's not the most picturesque stadium from the outside, really like it on the inside, so I thought I'd try and find somewhere a little bit more nice to go stand. I'm stood right next to the Spud Bros van, the Spud Bros, the sponsors of Preston North End front of shirt, and I'm stood just here by the Sir Tom Finney statue, where the season before, when we came here in the season that Town got promoted to the Premier League, we filmed right in front of there. I'm not stood over there this time because the traffic is too busy, but couldn't get up to the pitch, didn't think it would be good to go over there. So we're here in a slightly new location, just me today, no Stuart Watson, to assess a 1-0 defeat to Preston North End, Town's first loss of the season, and a frustrating one and a disappointing one that people hoped wouldn't happen, because you look at the last couple of games before this one, going to Birmingham, we all know what they're capable of, and we've seen what they did in League One, and we knew that opening day there was going to be really, really difficult. Then the Southampton match, relegated with Ipswich from the Premier League last season, always going to pose a tough test. But coming to Preston, it did feel like a banana skin, because they drew at QPR on opening day, they knocked Barrow out of the Carabao Cup, and then had a really impressive win against Leicester City, a deserved win against Leicester City here last week. So back at Deepdale, they obviously feel the buzz, feel the vibe, but for Ipswich, whatever way you look at it, on paper, in reality it should have been an easier game, and it's the one that they lose of the three, and it comes with a really disappointing, frustrating performance that fell flat in an attacking sense. So we'll run through the game. There isn't a great deal to say with it, because if you look at the stats and you look at the shots, the numbers are really low. There weren't that many clear-cut chances. Ipswich start okay, then fade as Preston take a really direct approach, and it's balls into the box, and Kieran McKenna said afterwards they had to be better at dealing with it. That's where the downfall comes with this match. This is an example of how quickly the narrative can change, where we all felt a bit down and pessimistic after Birmingham and the cup exit at Bromley. You go to Southampton, it's a better display, they look much more cohesive, and it all kind of gels together. And then you come here and all of those positives kind of get pushed under the table and forgotten about, and now you're frustrated and disappointed. But I think we've got to be honest and say there have been more negatives than positives from this start of the season. We're still chasing that first win, and this display, I wouldn't go as far as saying is concerning, because we're 3 games into a championship season, but it has started to raise a few alarm bells and highlight some areas that need significant improvement. So there you go, that's your lot from stood outside of Deepdale. We'll have another trip to Lancashire next month. That's actually Town's next away game at Blackburn Rovers. There's a couple of home matches coming up. The Derby one I mentioned, Sheffield United after the international break. But in between all of that, it's all eyes on the transfer market. Town have work to do, don't they? Stay tuned for lots more coverage, lots more reaction from this defeat, and everything building up to the final days of the transfer window and to that big game against Derby County at Portman Road. We'll see you next time.